Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crust and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no end to sight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right, spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Wow, good evening, everybody. It is nice to have a weekend off. No, it was a pretty busy weekend this weekend. I'll go into that maybe a little bit later. Welcome, Meg and Tug Raid. That is awesome. Thank you guys so much. So glad to have you here tonight. Mug, Raid, Imminent. Hi, my beautiful friends and chatters. Yeah, and we also do have one of those glorious letters tonight. Oh, and it was probably going to be two of them. I did write a second one. I'm sort of ashamed to say, but not really. And I've also got another one that's going to be coming up probably later this week that's gonna address some of the craziness that I've been hearing lately. Oh, it's gonna be spicy. You'll have to tune in for that one. And what I may do is just pull up one day. I may just pull up all of the letters that I've written to Bubbles and just read them in order. Just for shits and giggles, because I have so much fun doing that. Good evening. Good Western Kansas in the room. Good to see you, David Air Force. I also saw someone in here from Fort Myers, Florida. Oh my, oh my. I haven't been to Fort Myers in probably about 5 years. It's nice. Good to see you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, over the weekend, it looks like Randy filed a motion, and it's really interesting. And I'm sure that you've already probably heard by now ad nauseum how the judge ruled. Well, I did write a nice little response letter to that one. It's good to see you. Hey, Max. Max has been so kind to just keep me up to date and saying, hey, buddy, guess what? There's another filing. Hey, buddy, guess what? There's another filing. And I've just been so busy that I haven't been able to take care of it, 3D life and all that kind of stuff. But thank you so much, Max. You've been so kind. Thank you so much. Switched over to Rumble. What awesome, awesome. It is always good to see my Rumble friends over there. And yes, I do have a Rumble channel and I do keep it nice and busy over there. But yeah, Megan wants a link. Well, she's got a link if she wants one. I'm pretty sure I sent one to her. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that all she has to do is just check the Twitter feed. I'm pretty sure I sent it over to her. Yeah, yeah, she's got one. She is good to go. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Oh, what the hell just happened? Something went wonky. Yes. Oh, weird. Okay. I know what happened. I switched tabs. Hear me out. Maybe this whole mess is a sting operation to catch them all in the act. Like that, Wes. I like that one. I like that one. Hey, how's it going, Melissa, Teresa? Good to see everybody. Yeah, so we'll make a nice little run through of this pleading that was put out here. Now this was Shockett's pleading here, the typical stuff that you see, which is, who the parties are, where it's at. Jeremy Hales, by and through undersigned counsel and pursuant to Federal Civil Procedure 26C, moves this honorable court for protective order to reschedule the deposition of a witness, which would be Zim, for a date convenient for all parties to preclude the deposition date of March 12, 2025, unilaterally selected, noticed by the defendant's counsel when defendant's counsel was fully aware that plaintiff's attorney already had previously scheduled deposition set for the same morning in a state court case and therefore was not and is not available on March 12th. Now, this is something that Randy filed with the court, and this is why everybody's so upset about this, is because it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that the judge did file what the order that he put out there. I do understand where the judge is coming from. He's like, you guys bicker this stuff out. You don't need to have the court handle it. The only problem is he doesn't realize that this is the same shady shit that Bubbles plays every single court case that he gets involved in. This whole polyflop crap that they're talking about, this is the same kind of shit that he pulls on a regular basis. And has he disclosed, has he turned over all that evidence as he was told to? Well, according to Jeremy, apparently not. Apparently, Bubbles still has refused to turn over discovery. It just makes me wonder, how much more is this judge going to tolerate of these kind of shenanigans? And the question is probably indefinitely until, I think, because this judge has stated from the beginning that he does not like litigators. He hates lawsuits like this. They do not turn him on. They're not because there's a lot of inside bickering. It goes back and forth, and he just really doesn't want to be any part of it. So my thought is on this one, and I could be completely wrong, is the judge really doesn't want to have anything to do with any of this inside bickering. He sort of wants to be left out of it. The only problem is this is what Bruce is hoping for. He is hoping that the judge ignores this and doesn't pay any attention to it. You've really got to hit that judge where it really matters. And it seems like Randy has been doing this by the book, showing the legal documents, proving his point, showing the case numbers, showing the filings, everything that needs to be done for this. And it appears that Bruce is playing lose as a goose. Well, you know what? Whenever you're chasing around those Adam's apples, I guess it is loose as a goose. What can you say? State court case and therefore was not. In chat, is Bubble supposed to be cited for contempt of court for not turning in discovery? Of course he is, but like I said, the judge is not going to deal with that crap. Yeah, we got that handled. We got it. We're good. We got it. Hey guys, how's it going? Text from Megan. Yes, there's always text from Megan. Megan's like smoking hot. So like, stop picking on her or I won't have to hurt one of you guys. And therefore was not available on March 12, 2025 motion and in support thereof states as follows. Background. On Friday, February 28th, 2025, at 12:16, defendant's counsel emailed the underside seeking to take a deposition of Zim Paget, who is unrepresented Pay attention to that because it's very important. Unrepresented by plaintiff's counsel. Stating counsel, I seek that you arrange for Mr. Paget's appearance via Zoom link for maximum 1 hour deposition. This is within your ability to do if willing. This right here should have been, I mean, his response should have been like this. He is not my account. I am not counsel to this person. He is a witness in this case, and we can schedule this kind of stuff up. Like, sort of beating around the bush. I don't know why, but beating around the bush isn't going to get you a whole lot of points with the judge. This is within your ability to do so. Willing, please advise a copy of this email is attached here to as Exhibit 1. On the next business day, Monday, March 3rd, 2025 at 10:38 a.m., defendant's counsel emailed, so the next business day, which would have been a Monday, so he's sending this out on a Friday at 12:16 in the afternoon, so like sometime in the afternoon. Defendant's counsel emailed the undersigned and attached a unilaterally scheduled notice of deposition stating counsel. If you refuse to assist, I have reason to believe you counseled Mr. Paget not to cooperate in scheduling his deposition. Oh, if there is an issue with the scheduling date or time, he can agree to appear voluntarily in an agreed time is more convenient. Please let me know if he cannot contact me for that purpose. And email the notice deposition. Why isn't he reaching out to counsel? Why isn't he reaching out to Zim himself? On Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, 8:33 a.m. Emma DeGodmo, which is the legal assistant for Shockett. Emma says, emails defendant's counsel saying, good morning, Mr. Matsudushi. Unfortunately, there's a conflict with that date and time. Please give us more dates to choose. Also, please be informed that we are not representing Mr. Paget. Thank you. Copy of this email is attached. All these emails are attached in here. On Wednesday, March 5th, defendant's counsel replied to the undersigned only, which means the only to him, as follows. Counsel, you ignored my several efforts to coordinate this deposition. You also counseled Mr. Paget not to cooperate. Forcing me to choose the date and time to have him subpoenaed without your input. Everything you do is intended to obstruct, including this false claim of a conflict. Now, this is typical bullshit that Bruce likes to play. And Randy, word of advice, this is the kind of shit that he likes to play. Gonna have to hit him harder than this. I'm just saying, gotta hit this, gotta hit this motherfucker really hard. Sorry for the language, but if you don't hit this guy really hard with this stuff, and I mean really hard with it, like it's not going to fly. I mean, it's very clear that this judge is not going to be listening to it. Hey, how's it going, Elizabeth? Good to see you. You started calling Mr. Foreskin Escort. Can't help it. Everything you do is intended to obstruct, including this false claim of a conflict of Mr. Paget. And my advice would be to Randy is that this is how you need to respond to him each and every time. Just be as, you're being uncooperative. You're not being helpful. You're just being obstructionist. And these are the kinds of emails that I would suggest Randy start sending to him. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but Randy has a little bit more style and class than I do. But I would probably be laying into him left, right, and center. Like, you've been obstructing this the whole time. You're costing more money. You've been uncooperative and not even provoke. Just send those emails out. That's what I would do with them. I have a ball peen. It's a ball peen. It's P-E-E-N, peen. I'm not sure that would help. Morning. Good morning, Andy from England. Welcome. If Mr. Paget contacts me in response to being subpoenaed, I'd be willing to, and this is the kinds of emails that you need to be sending to him every time that you're trying to get those documents, all of the information for these filings that he's not turning over. These are the kinds of emails I would be sending him. Of course, we don't know because, that's not the kind of stuff that gets shared. But if I were Randy, this is what I would be sending him. I'd be sending him constant emails like, you still haven't turned over to discovery, and you're clearly ignoring the court's wishes that you turn this over. You clearly are ignoring the court's wishes, that you're not sending people over, that you're clearly obstructing and avoiding service. All these kinds of things is what I would be sending off in emails, because that's the only language that he knows. See, this is the abusive aggressive kind of shit, the passive aggressive garbage that Bruce can only respond to. He lives for it. I mean, he's like a pig wallowing in shit with this kind of stuff. I'd be willing to request to change the date, the 11th, 13th, 14th at 10 a.m., of course. Otherwise, I will proceed on the 12th. This notice, copy of this email is attached here too as an exhibit. On Friday, March 7th at approximately 2 p.m., a mandatory local rule 7.1 telephone conference was held. Defendant's counsel refused to reschedule the deposition. After the call, defendant's counsel wrote to the other side stating, I offered you 3 alternative dates for Badgett's deposition. You immediately began with demands other than what was offered. Do you realize these things take a while? Yes, he was, photo lady. He was served today. Thank you so much, love, for the $2 super chat. That is glorious. That is starting my night out right. $2 says so much. Oh, thank you so much there, photo lady. That earns a star right up there on the face of the helmet, right there in the front. Thank you so much. No, he was served today. Finally, he decided he probably should accept service. What's love you? How's it going? Megan Raid, welcome, Fox Raiders. Welcome, Fox Raiders. Welcome. On Friday, March 7th, approximately 2 p.m., Bruce started acting like a little bitch again. I offered you 3 alternative dates for Patch's deposition. You immediately began with demands other than what was offered. Because you asked him to give you dates, and he gave you dates of what he could be there. You could have had the witness who already cooperated with you by an affidavit inform you what date he prefers. But this, you have to understand, Deucey, he's not his attorney. As far as he knows, he's unrepresented. He's just a witness. I mean, this is the thing. And I would highly suggest to Randy that he sends out a nice notice. And if you want any information on how that's written, that the judge tends to pay closer attention to it, is more than just the protective order. I would go so far as saying, that this guy is witness intimidation, all kinds of shit. I mean, I would come to the point of like making up shit at that point. The clown. Bubbles the clown. Exactly. Welcome, Fox Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You could have had the witness who has already cooperated with you. Doesn't mean shit. This is witness intimidation 101, that Bubbles is intimidating another witness. Again, this is exactly the play that he does every single time. If you don't believe me, I can pull up one of his old cases and I can show you exactly how he does this before. If not, you can go back and look at some of my prior streams and I show you exactly the witness intimidation. This is classic Bubbles fucking bullshit. Welcome. Welcome. You could have had the witness inform you what date he prefers. You and he both ignored several attempts by me to schedule his deposition by coordination and forced me to send notice of a date of my choosing. No, that's the problem. Everybody has tried to coordinate with you, but you've been ignoring your email. Maybe if you would get rid of the girls online in your emails, you could actually get real emails. It might work. Photo lady, does Randy have to be there whenever he is deposed? No, but it would be a good idea, being that he is one of the witnesses. Now, thank you very much, photo lady. I'll put you up here. No, he does not have to be there whenever Zim is deposed. That is not mandatory that he has to be there, but it would be his preferred to be there. So that way, anything that's said, he can take note of, and he can also depose Zim at the same time, which will probably be just a few questions. I don't think that that this will take all day to do this. I think that the problem is that he wants to be there. so that he can observe, because he is not counsel for him. So, Zim will answer those questions, however Zim answers those, whatever questions Bubbles might have. This is for him to prolong, create more problems, and make this drag out and cost more money. That's all that this is. It is typical Bubbles behavior. He is a paper terrorist. If he was not an attorney, he would be one of those pro se litigants that gets in there and just harasses everybody with tons and tons and tons of paperwork and bullshit that leads nowhere. He'll have you chasing down rabbit holes that don't exist. It is absolutely the type of person that he is. Deuce foreskin wanting Randy and Jeremy to schedule the depots so they will pay for everything. Deuce is out of money and still has yet to pay for Jeremy's depot. Well, and here's the thing. The only way that works, and I'll be pretty clear, and it might be different in the state of Georgia as it is in the state of Florida, right? Because certain things are different. The way that those depots work is, and I could be wrong on this because it's different everywhere, that the way it works here, for example, in Georgia, is you tell the clerk or your stenographer, we want a copy of the depot, and they charge you X amount of dollars right there off the bat. And if you don't pay for it right then and there, if you want to get a copy of that depot later on, they're going to charge you quite a bit more, because then they have to go back and pull all that information back up, and it ends up being more cost effective for you to get it done right there. So if he's not paying for it, no, the depot's being paid for. The depot's already been paid for. But if he's wanting a copy of the depot, that costs money, but I don't know how they've got it set up. Welcome, Tug and Megan Raiders. Welcome. But yeah, so I don't know how it's set up in Florida, how they've got it organized. It could be completely different in federal. I've just had to deal with the cash portions of those kinds of things. Mug Raiders, welcome, Raiders, welcome. Toggles Raid, welcome. You could have had a witness who already cooperated with you inform you what date it refers. I want to bitch and moan some more. It'll be on the 12th. 5 minutes later, the undersigned responded, wrote defendant's counsel, stating you actually did not offer anything. You withdrew it in the middle of your sentence. Please be advised I have a deposition that was previously scheduled and coordinated with opposing counsel on February 7th, 2025 for that exact same time. As an officer of the court, do whatever you have to do with this information. It will be provided to the judge in this case. Accordingly, a copy of the scheduling conflict being attached here to as Exhibit 6. The undersigned offered March 21st, 2025 as a date in which he would be available to attend the deposition of Mr. Paget. Instead of agreeing to this mutually coordinated date, defendant's counsel wrote to Mr. Paget on Friday, March 7th, 2025, stating, Mr. Paget, I have emailed and phoned you, but you have ignored me. You gave an affidavit to Shockett Jeremy Hales as previously attached. I have asked him to help coordinate with you, but he refuses to assist. If you refuse to agree to appear for deposition, we will ensure you are precluded from testifying in an unlikely event this case goes to trial. I have noticed your deposition for March 12th at 10 a.m. via remote link. See the attached notice. Mr. Shockett has asked me to accommodate his claim scheduling conflict by rescheduling your deposition for March 21st. Please reply if you are willing to appear from any location for a deposition on March 21st at 10 a.m. or on a different date no later than the 20th. Otherwise, you'll be subpoenaed to appear on the date of my choosing, and there will be no further rescheduling. Thank you for your anticipation, cooperation in light of Attorney Shockett's request to reschedule your deposition. Copy of this email is also attached. The undersigned followed up with the defendant's counsel, asking him to confirm the March 12th deposition for Mr. Paget. Confirmed from Mr. Paget was not going to occur on that date. Defendant's counsel has refused to do so. Okay. Defendant's counsel refused. Okay, here we go. All right. Memorandum of support. So here we have the legal standards, basically, while he's bitching and moaning. Generally, the party moving for the protective order must make a specific demonstration of facts in support of the request, as well as of the harm that will result without a protective order. Plaintiff shows good cause for this court to grant this motion. Here, the plaintiff counsel had legitimate conflict for the date unilaterally set by defendant's counsel, and this conflict was communicated to the counsel in sufficient time for him to reschedule the deposition for a mutually convenient date. Plaintiff's counsel did not expect that this motion would be necessary, and in fact expected that the defendant's counsel would reschedule the deposition, as most attorneys, well, you have to remember, Randy, you're not talking to an attorney. You're talking to an ambulance chaser. Ambulance chasers operate on a different time schedule. Just remember that. That's what you're dealing with there, Randy. Sorry, but that's the truth. Professional conduct. An attorney must comply with the rules of professional conduct that are part of the rules of regulating the Florida bar. But you have to understand that Bubbles doesn't follow any of these rules, and he's going to shirk at every single time that you throw something out there that could possibly be legally binding. He's a shyster, a carpetbagger, a piece of garbage, trash human being. I mean, whatever you want to say, it pretty much covers all those bases. Welcome, Raiders. Kick off your shoes, hang out for a while, get naked, whatever you want. It's fine. No judging here. As amended from time to time, or with any set of rules adopted by the Florida Bar in their place, unless federal law provides otherwise. The Florida Bar guidelines for professional conduct states attorneys must, in extraordinary circumstances, communicate with opposing counsel before scheduling depositions, hearing, and or other proceedings to schedule them at times that are mutually convenient for all interested persons. Unless there's an extraordinary circumstance to unilaterally schedule a deposition, hearing, or other proceeding, attorneys should not unilaterally schedule any depositions, hearings, or other proceedings. It's well established that the unilateral settings of depositions, especially coupled with an unwillingness to reschedule the deposition dates, leads to the filing of unnecessary motions, that such motions are a waste of the party's time and money, as well as a waste of judicial resources. And here's the biblical quotes according to the law. Request for reasonable fees and costs. Now, this is pretty straightforward. It's like, you're making me write all this crap. Well, how about some reasonable fees and costs? Include reasonable attorney's fees unless the requesting party failed to make good faith attempt to obtain the discovery without a court order, the responding's party position. It was substantially justified, or 3 other circumstances make an award of expenses unjust. Now, that right there is probably the reason why he didn't get anything, because I think the judge thought this would be unjust to, smack down somebody that's already 3 feet tall. For the above reasons, plaintiff is entitled to his reasonable attorney's fees and costs because the undersigned counsel participated in email exchanges with defendants in an attempt to resolve this dispute. 2, defendant's refusal to reschedule the unilaterally set disposition is unreasonable under the circumstances and not justified given the facts and applicable law. And 3, an award of attorney's fees and costs would be unjust. In conclusion, he asked that the court enter order granting this motion, preventing the deposition of this witness, Zim, from taking place on this date, awarding plaintiff the cost of reasonable attorney's fees associated or any part of the motion, permitting a court to make reasonable appointments should be granted in part and denied in part. And, well, so he does sort of get this, the good faith certification, which was this one right here. Written correspondence via email, good faith, for resolved issues. The parties were able to agree on the resolution. And of course, here we have, coming from Ducey, says, I ask that you arrange Mr. Patsy's appearance via Zoom link for me to a 1-hour deposition. This is within your ability to do so if willing. Signed, Ducey. And then, of course, does another one that says, you refuse to assist. I have reason to believe you counsel Mr. Paget not to cooperate in scheduling his deposition. If there's an issue with scheduled date and time, he can agree to appear voluntarily. Stomp my feet and pat myself on the back. And so he went ahead and showed him exactly right here, pursuant this one right here, defendants hereby give notice they will take deposition of this witness on March 12th. And of course, it gives all of that information there. It says it will be stenographically recorded. And of course, then Emma responds, what was it? So this was March 12. This was sent to with this one. It doesn't have a date on there, but it does. Oh, that was attached to this one. So March 30 sent it, and then Wednesday, Emma responds and says, good morning, you piece of crap. Unfortunately, there's a conflict with that date and time. Please give us more dates to choose. Also, please be informed that we are not representing Mr. Paget. Pretty straightforward. And of course, typical of this type of person, this is narcissistic behavior 101. They ignore what you tell them, and they go ahead and do the same shit that they want to do. And this is why you've got McVile PP that's still pissing up my leg about all of his garbage. He's wanting to draw attention. All these folks want to draw attention. They're thinking, if we can just get some bigger YouTube names to look at this. You realize that even DUI guy looked at your garbage and realized how much crap you were full of, Deuce. You realize that they saw this and they said, you guys got some freaking bullshit drama that I don't even want to cover, because you don't even know where to begin on this garbage. Dark Mage, nope, I was talking to my brothers about scheduling my mom's funeral. Sorry to hear that. You ignored my several efforts to coordinate his deposition. You also counseled Mr. Paget not to cooperate, forcing me to choose the date and time. Now, this right here would I don't know what the correct term is, but that would be a lie. Straight up lie. He didn't counsel Mr. Paget not to cooperate. That would be an uninformed decision of something that you would have to have proof of. Do you have proof of that, Bubbles? Do you have proof of that? Or are you that stupid? Forcing me to choose a date and time to have him subpoenaed without your input. Everything you do is intended to obstruct, including this false claim of a conflict. Really? A false claim of a conflict. How is this right here a false claim of a conflict? Notice of the taking of a deposition. Will you please take notice that the undersigned counsel for defendant City of Orange City will take a deposition of the following person, place and time indicated below upon oral examination and stenographic means by Landmark Reporting, Inc., or any other notary public authorized by the law taking depositions. Right here, March 12th at 10:30 a.m. So how is it that you're getting a false claim right here? How is it that that's a false claim of a conflict? What was false about that? Why does the pot plant ask Bubbles for the evidence of his accusations against Randy? Well, yeah, Randy is not Zim's attorney. We know this. If Mr. Paget contacts me in response to being subpoenaed, I would be willing at his request to change the date to 11th, 13th, 14th at 10 a.m. Otherwise, I will proceed on the 12th as noticed. Please provide dates for your own deposition to avoid a scheduling conflict. Any date in March. Now, if you have a legal assistant reaching out to you, respond to the legal assistant because they're in charge of the scheduling. Legal assistant will help you out with that. Do you honestly think that I really care? Oh, gosh. And then, of course, he attaches right here. Good morning, Mr. Matskin. Unfortunately, there's a conflict with that date. And, of course, he doesn't respond. And I'm pulling up I'm not pulling up Randy's email right there, but that is an email to Randy. And there it is. His complaint saying that didn't happen. No, you never gave me this information. And then, of course, on March 7th, Mr. Paget, I have emailed and phoned you, but you have ignored me. You gave an affidavit to Shockett. Jeremy Hale is previously attached. I have asked him to help coordinate with you, but he refuses to assist because it's not Randy's job to assist him. Yeah, douche hates women. Well, I mean, what can you say? That's the kind of person that he is. If you refuse to agree to appear for this deposition, we will ensure you are precluded from testifying in an unlikely event this case goes to trial. I have noticed your deposition for March 12th at 10 a.m. See the notice. Mr. Shockett has asked me to accommodate his claimed scheduling conflict by rescheduling for March 21st. Please reply if you're willing to appear from any location for deposition on March 21st at 10 a.m. or on a different date no later than 20th. Otherwise, you'll be subpoenaed to appear on the date of my choosing, and there will be no further rescheduling. Thank you for your anticipation, coordination, cooperation in light of Attorney Shockett request to reschedule your deposition. Best regards. This. Well, Bruce, you sort of got your wish. But before I do that, I'm going to kick into a nice little letter. You guys are wanting a nice little letter to Doocy for this one. It's going to be so tasty. And then, of course, I have a letter to the judge. It's much, much, much shorter. So, but we'll get to his shortly. Look, I'm BBB. Wow, that is about right. But Bruce is still delusional about this case going to trial. Well, that's what he wants to have happen. Bruce wants this to settle. You have to understand that he really wants this to settle. No, he really wants it to settle because he's losing pretty badly. Because once all this information comes out, all the proof comes out, you're going to see how badly all the little crap that they've been coming up with, all the anti-Hales ecosystem, all that stuff is going to hurt them in the other case that they're involved in. Amazing. And what is also amazing to me is now you have new people that are jumping in on the bandwagon. It does amaze me. The new people that are jumping in on the bandwagon have no idea what predated all of this. All they're seeing is a snapshot, seeing a little snapshot of what happened at some point in time. So they're jumping in and they have this opinion of this horrible big time YouTuber is suing all these people that have lesser numbers than them. And some of them are even raising money to cover the story. Isn't that odd that they would be raising money to cover a story instead of just covering the story? Seems odd to me. Seems really odd to me. I thought the 12th is Lionet's depot. That actually got changed. Okay. So her deposition did get changed. And the reason that it was changed, and I have it here, her depot is on March 18th, 2025. And I would show it, but the only problem is it shows the link to this. And last time, from what I understand, whenever her depot was supposed to happen, Randy has been sick, wasn't able to attend the depot, so he rescheduled it. And I'm sure that, as most people do whenever they're rescheduling this, reached out to everybody and said, we're having to reschedule this due to an illness, and has rescheduled it for March 18th. So March 18th at 10 a.m., it'll be handled. That's for a different one altogether. So, and that right there is in the trespasser case is where that one is. So per Jeremy Hills, Randy and Doreen were very sick. That's what I've heard. That they're not feeling top of the world right now. They might be getting back. Why are they so crazy? I have her black. Why are they so crazy? I don't know why people are crazy. I don't know. That was supposed to be Monday. Jeremy talked about 8 people were in a waiting room waiting for hours that day. Isn't it odd that there would be 8 people in there? Now, I don't have time in the middle of my day to do these kinds of things. I guarantee you I wasn't one of them because that ain't what I was doing. I actually had things to do that day, like real work. Yeah, I do work on a regular basis. And everyone says, "Well, when do you find time to sleep?" I said, "Well, when my eyes close, I sleep." That's the best way to put it down. Yeah, I don't sleep too much. Ugh. Should never have gone this far. The stalking grift, a child left with madness, being exploited, officials doing not doing their jobs. Her purgatory has been full crime sheet for far too long. Well, but you have to understand that this is how low-level criminals operate. This isn't new. This isn't new. If it wasn't Jeremy, it would be somebody else. The only thing is Jeremy actually has the balls to stand up to this kind of crap. Because whenever this goes to court and it gets shown in a court and anybody can search this kind of thing out, the next person that she does it to, which there will be a next person, there will be another person, there will always be another person grifting off of them. Whenever all these people are exposed, it makes them really hard for them to fight against it the next time that it happens. It becomes very difficult for each and every one of them to get away with this crap again and again and again. And that's right there is what he's trying to take care of. That's what he's trying to get handled. Sorry, I'm changing earphones here. These right here only last for about 30 minutes. It pisses me off. I think I'm going to send the damn things back. I got these new ones because they were supposed to work better, and I'll be damned if they just don't die within a few minutes. Like 30 minutes is not long enough on having a charge for my earbuds. Give me a second. I want to make sure my audio is set up correctly. I believe that's right. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, this is why it's become more difficult. Dark Mage, 100%. Had the army training for sleep deprivation. No, it wasn't really army training. It was just being around and alive for so damn long. I've never been able to sleep very well. I don't know what it is, especially in the army. Well, thank you, Mary. It was something that the army provided for me that I gave in kind. I don't get why Jeremy did the thing to her daughter. She didn't call the cops. Why, if Jeremy did those things to her daughter, she didn't call the cops? Well, because it's easier to defame somebody just by writing some posters up. This is typical behavior that they've done before. Basically they can slander, defame people and get away with it because someone comes along, tears the things down. They pretty much just ignore it, give them a restraining order or just tell them to cease and desist, and that they'll just continue. I mean, this is not something that they stop. I am on 3 hours of sleep. I hear you. Yeah, I usually sleep 4 or 5 hours, something like that. When is finally over completely? I wonder what the 2 fleas are going to grift off next. Oh, yeah. Well, it'll be never ending for them. It'll be never ending for them. I mean, the grift will continue on with them. I mean, that's just something that they'll constantly do. But see, it makes it more difficult to pull off these kinds of grifts because it already gets called out. That's one of the reasons why I think Jeremy is doing this. And I could be wrong in this, but it's one of those that he can say, hey, not only is this stopping people from doing all of the shenanigans, but it's stopping them from doing it again. And other people that are less fortunate, they get caught up in this. They'll do the research and they'll find out the kind of person they are, and they'll go, yeah, I know what I'm dealing with here. Jeremy was never around her kid. As far as I can tell, that never happened. He was never around her kid. She didn't call the cops on anyone she said did things to her daughter, because it's all a lie. Yes, then you have to provide proof. It's easier to defame somebody without providing proof. Yep, defaming is easy if you don't have any receipts, which I always make sure that I do. Exactly. Always keep those receipts. Kimmy, the same reason Cook wasn't turned in. She's an abuser. She's very graphic and sick in the head. There's some people that are just like that. And when this case is over, they will be covering their own case. After that, it'll hopefully be in jail. No, probably not in jail. I don't see jail happening for them. There's a different level that you have to hit for that. She doesn't even care that Kirk apparently hurt her child. Well, because either she's lying or she's in on it. One of the two. I mean, that would be how I would put it. Either she's lying about it or she's in on it. Are you guys ready for a nice little letter? Oh, yes. Let's get this thing strapped in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring this thing up, get strapped in, geared up, ready to go. It's gonna be glorious. You know it will be. All right, let's see if we've got this thing happening here. All right. Oh, I've been trying to get rid of a crick in my neck for about 3 weeks now. And it's just the muscles are finally starting to relax where I can turn my head left and right. I will tell you, never put your face through the windshield of a Mazda RX-7. It really freaking hurts. It really, really, really hurts. That's why you wear your safety helmet, so you don't damage your neck like I did. Oh, look what we've got here.
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous.
I can't wait for this. Here, I've just finished my ramen. I'll put that out of the camera so we don't have to look at it. How are you?
It's good. It's good. Oh,
This light is too bright. Good Lord. We need to turn down the light. This is like I feel like a vampire. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're getting
now you're feeling it.
Woo.
Oh, yes.
A little too bright.
Oh.
I'm just in time for my favorite
You are
part.
just in time.
All right, let's ask the magic 8-ball, shall we? Will
yes.
Shizzy's letter make me stroke out? Ready? Here we go.
No, I think it'll make you laugh.
Well, let's see what it says. I mean, I do have high blood pressure. It says, concentrate and ask again.
You just asked the wrong question. You just asked the wrong question.
Okay. Is Judge Bolitho a bias prick? Here we go. All right, let's see. The answer is, I can't read it. It's upside down. What does that say? My something. My reply is no. The magic 8-ball says no. Says he's not a biased prick.
I think the magic 8-ball is right. I think the magic 8-ball is right.
I disagree.
He's
completely biased. He's holding Randy to a standard he's not holding Bruce to.
Well, I do have a letter for the judge also tonight.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. I can't wait. Okay, let's strap in. I don't have a helmet, but I
feel
like
helmet.
Maybe I need a headband or something. Maybe I should tie my hair up. Maybe that's the equivalent.
Tie your hair, but you have to do it in a front knot.
Yeah.
Like
in a front, like here, let's tie the hair up.
My little sister would do that and she called it a foo-foo.
Okay, a foo-foo? Let's do that.
Foo-foo.
We're
It's
tying the
weird.
hair up for the
There. Oh yeah, there you go. Now you look like an 80s rock star.
We're tying the hair up. It's time.
Oh, that guy, no,
right?
no, you gotta let the bangs hang down. It gives it that mullet look.
All right. If you have to wear a stupid helmet, I'll wear stupid hair. All right.
All right. Let's get the music here.
I can't see.
All right. The happy music here. An open letter to Bubbles, the legal genius behind Polyflop. Dear Bubbles, Deuce Foreskin, Matt Skin. Wow. Just wow. You've really outdone yourself this time. I didn't think it was possible for you to outwine your last filing, but here we are, another masterpiece of petty legal theater, and this time it's all about how you just can't figure out how do calendars work. Bravo. Let me get this straight.
Calendars work.
They don't. Let me get this straight. You're mad because Jeremy's lawyer, Shockett, didn't drop everything to accommodate your unilaterally scheduled deposition of a witness who isn't even represented by his office. That's your scandal? That's the mountain you've chose to die on? You're filing motions and demanding fees because you don't like being told no when you stomp your feet and demand someone appear for a Zoom meeting. Bubbles, buddy, this isn't kindergarten field trip. You just don't throw out dates and expect the world to stop turning for your sorry ass. No, it doesn't happen. And the great deposition meltdown of 2025, you kicked off the circus by acting like you were doing everyone a favor. Oh, I'll be so gracious and let you help arrange the deposition. And when you didn't get the instant compliance you were looking for, you threw a tantrum and set a date anyway. No discussion, no coordination, just full-on dictator mode, you little bitch.
You little bitch.
And when Shockett, like the actual professionals, said, hey, I've got a scheduling conflict and here's the proof, dumbass, you acted like he personally insulted your ancestors, which you probably should have. Like, there's a reason why your tree probably goes straight up.
Who would his ancestors be?
I don't know, but
are they from Transylvania by any chance?
I don't know, but I think the tree goes straight up. I mean, just no branches, just no variation. You called it obstruction, buddy, because nothing says reasonable litigation like pretending a scheduling conflict is a federal crime. But wait, it gets better. Then you started writing veiled threats to witnesses, Mr. Paget, like a budget mafia boss. If you don't show up, we'll preclude you from testifying. Calm down, Tony, soprano. You think Mr. Paget is lying awake at night worried about your toothless threats? Well, please, the only thing you're intimidating is your own legal reputation at this point. Well, that's already hanging by a thread, bitch boy. And this is what you're wasting the court's time on? So you filed a motion for a protective order because you didn't get your way on a Zoom call date. Seriously, Bubbles, this is the legal equivalent of asking the court to referee an argument over monopoly rules. What's next? Filing a motion to settle who gets the last donut at deposition break? And then, pretty like much. The cherry on top of that absurdity Sunday, you demanded Shockett demanded attorney's fees. Oh no, you were forced to read an email that said, sorry, I'm busy that day. The audacity, the injustice. How dare anyone expect you to accommodate someone else's schedule? And of course, the drama queen Olympics. Bubbles, you keep calling everything Jeremy and his team do is frivolous, but let's be honest, you are the undisputed champion of frivolous filings. Every time you submit a motion, it's just another chapter in the tragic comedy of your legal career. You claim Jeremy is abusing the court for YouTube content. Buddy, you are the content. Every one of your motions is a masterclass in how to embarrass yourself in federal court. And let me repeat that. Every one of your motions is a masterclass in how to embarrass yourself in federal court. If anyone is dragging this bullshit case out for entertainment value, it's you. Honestly, at this point, the judge probably has your motions pre-labeled with denied, but it's not, unfortunately. It's just waiting to slap the stamp down, like the tramp stamp that your wife has on her ass. Ask her how I know.
Sit down.
Just ask her how I know. Just ask her how I know about that little tramp stamp. You know, that little tattoo she's got. Just ask her how I know, Bubbles. We just remember, whenever she calls you daddy, who taught her that one? Who taught her to call you daddy? Just remember it. And it's just waiting to slap the stamp down. You're the court's best comedy subscription, and you deliver fresh material at least once a week. And the Patchett panic. And let's not forget the best part. You accused Jeremy's team of counseling Mr. Patchett not to cooperate. Oh, that really? That's your big conspiracy. You think Shockett is sneaking around whispering in witnesses' ears like some sort of courtroom puppet master? Please, if anyone's making people not want to talk, it's you, Bubbles. No one wants to be in a Zoom call with the guy whose entire strategy is yelling obstruction every 5 minutes. And then you accuse Shockett of not...
Rule 26!
Yes, Rule 26.
Hey, Rule 26 one more time, motherfucker.
But also insist you don't need his help. Make up your mind there, shithead. I mean, Bruce. Do you want cooperation, or do you just want another reason to whine when someone doesn't bow to your arbitrary scheduling demands and the threats? Oh, the threats. You threaten to preclude Mr. Patchett from testifying if he doesn't show up to your personally dictated date. That's not how this works, dumbass. That's not how any of this works. You can't just bully a witness into compliance like you're running some mob-backed deposition ring. This is a courtroom, not a set of The Sopranos. When the Shockett offers the reasonable date, and I'm just going to start calling him the Shockett, so like a wrestler. March 21st, you ignore it like it's an unpaid parking ticket. Why? Because you're not interested in cooperation. You're interested in wasting everyone's time so you can file another stack of useless motions and then cry about bad faith when it inevitably backfires on your sorry ass. The reality check, Bubbles. Every time you write the words frivolous motion, a court clerk somewhere rolls her eyes so hard they sprain something. You've accused Jeremy of dragging this out for YouTube content, but let's be honest, you're the best content that everyone's got. This isn't lawyering. This is a performance art. And you're not fighting for justice. You're fighting for screen time. And honestly, it's tragic. You used to be known for being sanctioned for shady legal work. Now, you're just the guy who picks fights over Zoom call dates like it's the hill worth dying on. And the bottom line, Bubbles, every motion you file is a masterclass in self-humiliation. Every argument is a testament to how little you understand the courtroom you're standing in. You're not here to win. You're here to throw tantrums, and hopefully no one notices that your legal strategy is about as sturdy as a house of cards in a hurricane. You lost this case the moment you decided that petty drama was more important than professionalism, dumbass. And the more you scramble, the more you flail, the deeper you dig the grave for your already pitiful reputation. Nobody's going to pay you mac and cheese after this shit. So go ahead, file another motion, demand another Zoom call, accuse another witness of treachery. The only thing you're building is a record of how not to handle federal litigation, and trust me, we'll still be here for every glorious second of it, watching, laughing, taking notes for the next roast. Still your daddy, Shizzy, your favorite legal nightmare. Yes.
Connor wants to know why my hair looks so crazy. It's because it's the next best thing to a helmet. I don't have a helmet.
She's sporting a mullet. Don't you know?
It's he's wearing a helmet, so I had to do something.
She said she didn't have a helmet, so she decided to go for the next best thing.
And wait, you have one for the judge too? Do we have to keep the weird hair in the helmet for that one too?
Yes, but first we have to read his order, which I think sucks.
What's happening to your microphone? What just happened? You sound
Nothing.
like you don't sound good.
Good.
I don't sound good.
You sound like this, like a robot.
Nothing happened. I didn't do anything.
Well, it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good. Is it me or you? Chat, is it me or him?
Could be me.
Your microphone sounds like it's going
computer problems lately. Hair and helmet.
in and out.
Yeah.
It's
static echoes. All right.
That was weird.
Can you talk with chat for a second? This is
sure.
Still doing
it's
it?
you. Yeah,
All right.
it's you.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right. I guess I'm taking over the stream, folks. So how are you, chat? My hair looks ridiculous. This is a ridiculous hairstyle. I can't be full screen like this. I have to take it down because it looks so silly. Wait. There. Okay, that's normal. That's more normal. All right, we'll have to put it back up for the next one. So Shizzy's going to be reading a letter that he wrote to the judge.
It's still
What do you
acting
guys think?
funky.
No, it sounds good now. You
Okay.
good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All
It's
right, cool.
weird. All right, because this is actually a pretty short order. It
Right,
is.
I'm going to go for side ponytail for this one. Ready?
Oh yeah, that's
This is
totally
this
80s
is
right there.
1980s side
Like
ponytail.
late 80s. It is totally late 80s. Like
It's going to be so bad.
It's like Debbie Gibson, 80s. Oh, Megan, I would love to show you this picture if I had it. So the picture of what is it? The
pony.
what was what band was Belinda Carlisle in? What was the name of that band?
The Bangles.
Okay, so the Bangles. Okay, there was like that picture of them all sitting around doing their makeup in towels. Okay, so for this thing that I did with some friends of mine, all the guys like in this group of people got together and put towels on and like sat around like and posed for that picture.
Oh God.
And then we, because it was like some scavenger hunt for what is it, the guy that I don't know, whatever. So
she was in the Go-Go's, not the Bengals. Thank you, chat.
Okay, the Go-Go's. There you go.
Go-Go's.
That's
Bengals,
right. I should know the
difference. It's
like
the same band.
No, it's not. No, the drummer for the Bengals is much better.
Okay.
Just saying. She's much better.
All right. Belinda Carlisle was pretty great though.
Well, yeah, but yeah, so we posed for that picture and so you got these guys sitting around and like we're not attractive at all. I'm just saying. You got like hair chest coming out of the towels that are wrapped around and stuff. It's disgusting.
Do you have that on hand? I want to see it now. The chat wants to see it too.
I can't show it online because there's people on there that probably prefer not to be seen.
Oh, come on.
I'll show it to you later. No, because it gives away the name of the group that we did it with.
All right.
And I don't want to dox anybody because one of them is actually an attorney here in the state of Georgia, and I don't want to give like his stuff away. Oh, it's right here. I'm sitting there going, where in the fuck did my helmet go?
All right, I'm not wearing my leg warmers, chat, but I am wearing a velour tracksuit. This is a velour tracksuit. I am wearing an entire velour tracksuit. It is a black velour tracksuit with a hood. Look, I mean, it doesn't get more. It doesn't get more like, I don't know, old lady chic than this.
I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, and I'm feeling pretty damn sexy tonight.
I'm wearing my velour tracksuit, and I feel great in it. I feel great in my velour tracksuit. This is what I'm going to wear at the old people home when I finally get to one. I'm going to have nothing but like a rainbow of colors of velour tracksuits. Look, if you don't have one, you need to get one immediately.
Well, and I will say it's not the mic, guys. Trust me, it's not the mic. I think it's either StreamYards or the computer itself. It's got to be one of the two.
I don't know about that. I don't think it's StreamYard. I think it was your mic.
This is no. All I did was turn off StreamYard. I exited StreamYard, and came back in. Yeah, that's all I did. Weird. It's so screwy. I don't know. I like I said, this my computer. I think it's got some issues. I think it's been plotting against me, like secretly, because I use it so much. It's just like I'm gonna take you out. Take you out.
Chat, I have two velour tracksuits, one in black, one in gold. I have two. I am working on getting one for every day of the week, though. So I need some more colors. I get them on Temu. Thank you. Thanks to Jeff for my Temu ordering fetish that I have. I've ordered them on Temu, whatever.
I don't know what it is. It could be Temu, it could be Timu. It's Chinese. All I know is like some building burned down and it cost them a couple $100.
I saw that meme. It was funny. They're
Oh
like,
my
Timu
gosh.
loses an entire factory. $50 loss.
Oh, why were the Go-Go's virgins? Because their lips were sealed. Because their lips were sealed.
God.
So much, Melody. You're so bad with those. Like, that's horrible. I love it, though. Thank you very much, Melody. Patrick W. says, someone look at the bottom of BBB's shoes. My guess is he toys around so much instead of made in China, you see Spaceballs, the lawyer. That would be giving him too much credit. Because I think Spaceballs lawyer could do a much better job. That's what I'm thinking.
God, my hair looks ridiculous. Can we just get
all right?
to this letter?
Let's get. Well, we got to read this first. So the judge, of course, the order that said the parties are required to confer. Like, you guys need to sit down, get this together. Regarding the scheduling of the deposition referenced in the motion.
But they already talked on the phone. That was established in the motion.
Right. But see, that's why I don't think the judge is paying a whole lot of attention to it. All he's doing is he's looking at it and going, oh, you guys are bitching about this again. March 11th at 5 o'clock has to be completed. So by tomorrow at 5 o'clock during that conference, the parties shall come to an agreement regarding the date, time, and location of the reference deposition. Don't make me tell you guys you need to talk again after agreeing to a date, time, and location. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 21st.
He couldn't come to a conclusion.
Yeah, the 21st. He's just this is more of him wasting time. That's all that this really is. The court of agreement. If the parties do not come to agreement, then the court will order the deposition to occur at a date and time and location of the court's choosing. And of course, it will not be on the freaking 12th, Bubbles, because the judge will say, no, he's already got conflict there. And so there's no way I'm going to schedule it for the 12th. So get your shit together, dumbass. And then, of course, I have the letter to the judge. An open letter to the Honorable Judge Bolitho. And I think I should add some music to this one.
Yeah, we need the music.
We need the music. That might be what's screwing
and
up.
And if Yamaha were here, he would start lactating immediately, which we are missing.
Yes. He would make the ladies lactate, that's for sure. Dear Judge Bolitho, well, color me shocked and mildly outraged. After reading your latest order, I have to ask, did we just hit the judicial equivalent of let the children figure it out on their own? Because that's exactly what it feels like. Let's recap. We asked the court for an actual ruling on the deposition date because defendant's counsel, Bruce Bubbles Madskin, is about as cooperative as a cat in a bathtub. I was going to put something else that started with a C, but I didn't think that'd be good.
No, a cat in the bathtub is perfect. It's perfect. That's
this is the same.
Exactly what he's like.
Yes.
All fours. All fours.
This is the same man who thinks professionalism means sending veiled threats to witnesses, who treats a Zoom calendar invite like it's the Treaty of Versailles. And your solution? Go talk it out by March 11th or I'll pick a date for you bitches. Really? That's it? We're just going to pretend that the last 2 weeks of petty gains, tantrums, outright obstruction didn't happen? Right. We're going to trust Bubbles, the man who schedules depositions like he's playing a game of legal roulette, to suddenly be reasonable in a conference call. Let's be clear. We already tried talking it out, Shock. It practically begged Bubbles to act like a professional, and the response was a masterclass in passive-aggressive nonsense. We offered alternative dates, we explained conflicts, we got nothing but childish defiance in return, and now we're being sent back to the same table like this is a kindergarten timeout session. Well, let's not forget the context here. Bubbles unilaterally scheduled the deposition, ignored Shockett's conflicts, accused him of obstructing the
Yes.
process,
Preach.
then tried to strong-arm a witness into showing up.
Yep.
This wasn't a miscommunication, Judge. This was a deliberate play to create chaos, then cry foul when anyone objected. Bubbles has been running this legal circus with all the grace of a bull in a china shop, and now we're being told to go figure it the fuck out again? With all due respect, Judge, this feels like kicking the can down the road, and the problem with kicking cans is that eventually someone trips over them. In this case, it's justice that is stumbling. The court's job isn't to be a mediator for playground squabbles, it's to enforce order. And right now it feels like Bubbles is winning by default simply because he's willing to exhaust everyone into submission. He's turned delay tactics into an art form, and every time the court gives him another inch, he uses it to stretch this case out just a little longer. If Bubbles wanted to be reasonable, he would have been. He wasn't, and now instead the court's stepping up in a firm decision. We're left crossing our fingers that this dumbass who thinks threats are a valid negotiation tactic will suddenly play nice. Well, spoiler, asshole, he won't.
No, he won't.
So with the utmost respect, consider this letter a little tap on the gavel. We're not asking for miracles, Judge. We're asking for enforcement. We're asking for clarity, and we're asking that Bubbles be held to the same standard that everyone else would be if they acted like the court schedule was just a suggestion. Because if we're playing this game by Bubbles rules, then March 12th is going to come and go while we're still arguing over Zoom etiquette. And frankly, none of us have the time or the patience for that kind of bullshit anymore. Respectively annoyed, professional court watchers, certified Bubbles translator, Shizzy.
Certified Bubbles translator.
The judge needs to have playground rules and play dodgeball. Last one standing wins. Ooh, that would be glorious. Who do you think would win on this one?
Jeremy Hales. Jeremy Hales is going to win at dodgeball every time. Every time.
No, because you have to remember he's a big target, and you know that Bubbles likes to curl up into a little ball, so he'll probably be the one tossed.
I don't know. I think Jeremy's fast. He appears fast to me. I think he's fast. I don't think Bruce was the one who kept getting hit in the face with the dodgeball throughout, junior high. Me and him, I was also hit in the face several times by dodgeball. I can't take this. Are we done with the hair?
Yeah, we're done with this.
All right,
the helmet hurts too.
Thank God. You know, the last time you clipped me for your intro, I had pigtails in. My hair looked like this in that stupid clip where and I was like, I don't want to turn the camera on because I have hiking hair. They're like, what's hiking hair? I'm like, well, I'm wearing pigtails.
It was so awesome. That was glorious. People love seeing that in the morning. They're just like, Larry.
It was funny. But Larry had his camera on so that I felt bad for keeping mine off. So I was like, well, but I was just hiking and my hair is like really weird. And it's me with, if you guys watch his little bit, it's me with pigtails.
Let me see if I can find that picture for you.
Don't you dare.
No, I'll find that picture for you. I think I can cover some of it out. No. Yeah. Well, there's not a screenshot of it.
What is it with me in this program and my weird hair days? I keep coming on to Shizzy's show with weird hair.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You wouldn't believe what I've got coming up for the rest of this week. It'll be good. I'll tell you right in just a second. I'll be back. I'll be right back.
Well, what he keeps leaving me here. Well, if you're turning off your camera, I'm turning off my camera. I have no makeup on. I'm ready for bed. I look terrible. In fact, I need to go into the settings and turn the filter on. Here, touch up my appearance. Let's see if this helps. I have it turned all the way up. Or does my appearance look any better, chat? Do I just look fuzzier? The filter's on. Look, the filter's on. I turned the filter.
This right here is the uh-ohs.
Oh no. Which one is you?
Oh yeah. The one with the tattoo on your shoulder.
The tattoo on the shoulder. on the far right. Oh, there you are. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. The
God.
uh-ohs. No, I had to look because I was like, I don't think maybe it's not on there. So yeah, they've got like, I think they put like whipped shaving cream on or something like that on their face to like get the like face mask look. It was hilarious.
I have my
What in the hell
Theraputty.
is that?
Theraputty.
Oh, I thought
It's
you
for
said Therapotty. I was like,
no
hopefully you don't
Theraputty. It's
putty.
putty. It's like, okay, do you remember what was
Slime,
that? No,
Stretch
no, no,
Armstrong,
no. No, no. The stuff in the egg, the red egg. What did you call that?
Silly Putty.
Silly putty. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same as silly putty, but it comes in all these weird colors and different strengths. It's for when your hands start getting weak and for carpal tunnel and stuff.
What does it
So
help arthritis?
yes. And it's supposed to keep you from, it's from your fingers from losing strength. And also I have got really bad carpal tunnel. So if I sit and play with it for a
Right.
while, it gets better. The pain in my
Sounds
wrist.
dirty, but
The pain in my wrist goes away.
well,
I know.
well, I mean, I've got carpal tunnel in both arms and tendonitis and arthritis
Okay, so do
in
you
both
have
hands.
these things too? Wait, where's my other thing? Okay, so I have, these. Do you have these? Wait, that's not it. Where's my other bag?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to
I
see
don't
what's
know
in
what
that
is.
bag.
No, that was just a nail thing. It was for nails. It was my daughter's. Okay, this thing. So this is a hand strengthener. Do you have one of these?
No.
Okay, so it's very uncomfortable. I don't like it. So you put your thumb in this little thing here, and then you put your fingers in each one of these things.
And then you
It's
do
like,
this number with it, right?
yeah, you squeeze and then you stretch. So you squeeze and then stretch. Oh God, this hurts. It hurts. I hate it. And this is the easy one. There's a stronger one in here too with gray ones, and like I can't even do this one. Like it's
Really.
But you do this, and this is supposed to be great for carpal tunnel too. Oh, I don't like it though. It doesn't feel good. I prefer the silly putty. This is getting old, folks. High blood pressure. Look, I've got my blood pressure cuff sitting here on my desk. I mean, this is what getting old is. You got to take your blood pressure all the time. What a pain in the ass.
Patrick W says this is another BB exercise in rule idiot.
ID10T. That's an ID10T rule. The ID10T. Yeah.
Or idiot. Thank you so much.
Steve says maybe I need the remedial ball. Yeah.
Well, and it's I don't have any problem with strength in my hand. The problem is I have so much strength in my hand that it it will cause like severe damage. I mean, because my hands have lots of strength. Well,
probably need more stretching.
Let's put it this way. Right here in this joint, I have a bone spur that sits right in between the joints.
Oh no, not like a bone spur.
Yeah.
This is welcome to Boomer Talk.
Yeah, Boomer Talk. Yeah, no, it's and like what happened was one day I lost feeling in my thumb. I can't feel my thumb at all. Like I can drive stakes into it and it doesn't hurt.
Yikes.
And I was like, I there's something wrong with my hand. So I went to a doctor. What did the doctor say? I got to tell you the bad news.
What?
You got a bad case of, never mind.
What? No,
what the judge, the doctor said, yeah, you've got, well, let's take some x-rays. So they sent me to another specialist to do x-rays, and he took me in another place and he did like an MRI or CAT scan or some shit like that. And then of course they come back and they said, oh, guess what? You got carpal tunnel. I was like, okay. Yeah, and you have arthritis. Okay. And you have tendonitis. Okay. So what can you do to make the feeling come back in the tip of my finger again? They're like, oh, that's not ever going to come back.
Oh, that sucks. But you can do cool party tricks. We can drive a nail into that finger.
No, then blood comes out. It's bad.
Yeah, but that could be fun at a
Oh, did
party,
I miss your
maybe.
last super chat? I'm sorry, Dan Davis. How are you doing, Dan? Good to see you. I'm sorry. I must have missed something
Speaking
here.
of vampires, did you see the new Nosferatu with Johnny Depp's daughter?
No, I haven't. Is that good?
I mean, worth seeing, yes. Good? I don't know. Tug loved it. I thought it was slow the entire time. So I went to see it with a friend in the theater, and I kept leaning over to him going, it would be great here. More Van Helsing. I could really use some Van Helsing in this movie. And he kept telling me to shut up. Just be quiet. I'm like,
you just want to get some of that huge Jackman, didn't you?
This would be a great moment for Van Helsing to show up and get some vengeance.
Yeah.
Because there was none. There was no big badass moment of fighting vampires. It was just the vampires are winning. They're just gonna win. That's how this is gonna go, and no one's gonna be able to do it jack shit about it. It's pretty terrible.
I didn't miss your super chat, Dan. I had your super chat up there. You're awesome, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, I tried not to miss super chats. Oh, of course I might have missed one last week. That does happen.
I always miss my Cash Apps or my Venmos because I don't get the notifications fast enough.
I know. The same here.
I don't know why they're bad with the notifications, but they do appear to be bad with them.
And I want to say it was DB that sent one to me. I'll have to look. This was like a while back. Oh God, who was it that sent that to me? And I meant to say thank you so much. It was, and I just give the initials because I don't think that they used their proper name. They might have used their proper name, but I didn't want to give them up who they were.
Yeah.
Because I hate doing that. I've done that before, and Let's Go Brandon was just like, don't you dare give them your real name. I will hurt you. I was like, why would I do such a thing? No, I try to be nice to everybody. It was DB, the initials DB. They knew who they are. Thank you so much, very much. That was very kind of you. Gave a nice, beautiful $10 super chat. Said, I love you, Shizzy. And that was last Tuesday. So thank you very much, DB. Appreciate you. No, it's been this week has been this past week has been absolutely crazy for me. I had so much stuff going on, and then there was I told Megan about this. I went to a friend's funeral over the weekend. They had their celebration of life on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, which was sort of heartbreaking. He had Alzheimer's and had gotten to the point where it'd gotten really bad. And this is a guy that had patents. He was a chemical engineer, and that it was just an amazing person. So it was just a really long weekend. That's why I didn't really do anything this weekend. So
well, I'm sorry about the loss of your friend. There's nothing worse.
Well, we know.
Except for maybe a spouse, but or a child, I guess. But even so, death is terrible. And losing someone close to you is just awful.
It is.
It's been a rough year.
Yeah, it's just, it has been a rough year. Then plus we've got some personal 3D world shit going on. Not bad stuff. It's just stressful. So we've got those kinds of things going on. And it's been a hectic week, and I just haven't been able to do everything that I wanted to be able to do. And I'm like,
Well, I'm thinking about doing retro trial tomorrow. Jeff's retro trial. I'm on, I don't know, part 5 or 6 or something. If you want to hang out for a bit and watch some more of that Boston trial with me.
What time are you planning on doing that?
I don't know, whenever you're done with your morning stream.
Okay.
What time is your stream done?
I usually stream from until about 8:30, and then I dump everyone over to Mo. is usually
Yeah,
what
so
happens over
like
there.
9. I could do 9. You want to do 9?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I haven't, I missed last week, so I need to do a makeup. And that trial really is interesting. It's Massachusetts v. Woodward from 1997. Jeff was starting it, and we started, I wanted to finish it. So I have gone beyond what Jeff covered. He had 2 parts of it. I think I'm on part 5 or 6, and I missed last week, and I wasn't feeling great, so I just didn't stream it. But I think I'll do it tomorrow morning. So if you want to hang out, I'll send you the link. It'll be fun.
Yeah. What I'll do is I can go a little bit longer tomorrow and just forward people over there,
Cool.
and then I'll have to go like grab some, food and stuff like that
Sure.
for breakfast.
Yeah.
and
Well,
then I'll jump in.
and what's really fun is that the prosecutor screams in Boston like constantly. So that's always fun. Plus, we're also covering the Karen Reed trial. I mean, I've been watching that. What a nightmare
Oh my
is going on
God.
in that trial. What a nightmare.
That has been such a mess. And I mean, I've been sort of keeping up with it on the back end of it. It's just like there's so much going on with it that I haven't been able to like really dig into it. But I know there's like the
judge
crap
is
that
out of
judge is
control.
pulling.
She's out
Yeah.
of control. She's totally out of control. She's completely biased towards the prosecution. And it is horrific. The prosecution has done so many things. The Brady violations alone, this case should have been thrown out at the first trial. They should never have brought it. The prosecution should never have brought this case. And now they want Turtle Boy, Aiden Carney's phone records to bring into the Karen Reed case. It is outrageous. Outrageous.
Well, and that's only because he was covering this. Like that. See, that becomes
Yeah,
really,
and they're
really
bringing out
sketchy.
they're saying, oh, because he had communication with her lawyers. So what? Lawyers are allowed to communicate with the media during trials if they want to. There's no rule that they can't communicate. They can send documents, they can send evidence, they can do anything they want pretty much unless there's a seal on the records for some reason.
Right.
Then they can't.
Yeah.
They're just trying to smear her lawyers is what they're trying to do.
Yeah. And that's what it boils down to. They really want to take him down. And yeah, Dan has been without power. How many days now, Dan? It is like Dan is down in Florida, and he's been without power since the last hurricane. Well, since the first hurricane happened. Okay, 100 and some odd days now. Yes.
It's crazy. Why hasn't it been restored?
It is local politics that's caused it. All right.
God.
Because to get any of the work done, you have to get it like approved through like official red tape, and the red tape is what's holding them all up.
Of course.
173 days. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, see, 173 days. Yeah. Dan's good people. Yeah, he's down there in Florida. And
how is he surviving? I don't understand how you survive that long without power.
On a generator. I mean, it's just that's all he can do. I mean, because he can't get permitting to do anything. Like nobody can in his town.
This is crazy, Dan. You need to
screwed.
leave wherever you are and move somewhere else because that town is out of their minds.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the one that's.
The chat is saying it sounds like Karen Reed is out of control. Yeah, the Karen Reed trial it's an absolute cluster F. Yes, true. And if anybody in Massachusetts watching this trial should be absolutely outraged to think, oh my God, I could have police officers try to pin a crime on me, do a shit investigation, a total shit investigation using solo cups to collect blood evidence, using a leaf blower to find evidence, like just completely destroying the crime scene. I could have of this happen to me.
That's not it.
And the prosecutor keeps going forward.
They gave them bad evidence too. Like they showed the image and they mirrored it, which means like you're looking at me like this, and if you mirror it, it turns it backwards to make it appear.
And they failed to disclose that it was mirrored, and they were presenting the right tailgate or tail light as the left one. or the left one is the right one. Like,
Yeah.
so garbage. And then just the other day at the recent hearing, Brennan, the prosecutor, shows video to the judge trying to prove his point. All he proved was that he is now, for the, I don't know how many times, I don't know what time this is, but he's now shown a new video we haven't seen before. It's a brand new video that we haven't seen before, with a timestamp in a different place, and it's a different color, and the whole way the video looks is different than the one we saw before. So it's like, oh, so you've either doctored this one or you doctored the other ones from the previous trial. Which one is it, Brennan? Which one?
Welcome to small towns.
No, expert. I'm not wearing leather. I'm wearing a velour tracksuit. This is what we wear when we get to this age. I'm getting one in every color. I have matching pants. Look at my little sockies.
Stop showing your feet on camera. You know what happens with these people.
Those are socks. You can't see my feet. But look, I have matching velour pants. I'm so cozy in my velour. I'm just not getting out of. This is what I wear now. This is it. This is 48 going on 49 in April. I've given up.
So young. So young. I'm jealous.
Did I just break the Nick Recato rule of having? I didn't, because I didn't have both ankles on screen.
No.
The rule is you can't have your face and your ankles on screen at the same time. That was only one ankle, folks.
Yes, that was only one ankle.
So I'm still good. But I am completely covered, so it probably wouldn't even matter if there were both.
Oh, here's Deborah.
Did I get mauve? No, not yet, but I will. That'll be my next one. My next velour tracksuit will be mauve.
Oh, yeah. It's. Oh. Yeah,
I mean, yes, I definitely am wearing pants, chat. I like to wear pants when I'm on stream. I know pants are prison for a lot of you, but I prefer to be covered from head to toe, just in case there's some kind of camera malfunction. You know,
if she could get away with wearing a Sherpa, she would do that too. I think
Heather
that's the right word.
Says she's 20 years older than me, and she doesn't wear velour tracksuits. Heather, you're missing out. You're missing out. Like, I'm telling you, you've never had this kind of comfort before. I'm telling you, you've never been this comfortable before in your whole life. Velour tracksuits is where it's at. And I have an excuse. I go to the gym every day. So I wear my velour tracksuit over my workout clothes. Then I get to the gym. I take off my velour. I work out. I put my velour back on and then go out about my business. It's fantastic.
Oh, don't be like me the one day that I was like in a rush to get to work, and I was just like, all right. And I was like, this is whenever I worked for Honda, and I throw my jacket on, I throw my pants on, and I get to work and I realize I'm still wearing my pajama bottoms. And the shirt that I'm wearing was like a shirt not fit for work. It was like, and I pull off my jacket, in the restroom, because there's a locker there, and I pull my jacket off and I open up my jacket and I was like, the fuck is this? And I zip it back up and I'm like, oh crap, I can't wear this. And then it was like later on in the day, whenever I'm like, after I had like my 10th cup of coffee or something, I go in the bathroom just like, oh good God, I'm still wearing my pajama bottoms. What that was a weird day.
I used to think that wearing pajama bottoms to the Walmart or whatever was like a sign that you're losing at life. But I have realized that it just means you don't give a shit anymore. I have zero fucks left to give.
That's exactly what it means.
And it's a good sign to people around you.
Yeah.
This lady has zero fucks left to give.
Yeah, don't mess with her.
She's wearing pajama pants at Walmart. Give her some space. Give her some space.
Get Patrick W saying, pay in the house for the only equals feet girl.
Only feet girl. Look, if these woolly socks do it for you, like, good luck. I don't know.
Take pictures. Take
mean, look
pictures.
they're even my husband's. They're my husband's socks, so they're
You know,
too big.
you know what they're going to be saying? They're going to be saying, "Oh, Megan, if you box those up and sell them, we'll pay good money for them just to smell your
Gross.
feet."
What a bunch of weirdos! But I would totally take your money. By the way, you want my used socks? You can totally have them. I will sell them for $200 each.
Dances Megan just because you go to the gym every day. If you don't go inside,
I
it
do
won't-
go inside. I walk almost 3 miles a day. I will have you know. Although
Yeah,
today I
sheesh.
didn't. Today I didn't walk. I walked yesterday for 2 miles.
Well, I walked about, I don't know, about 2.5 miles, 3 miles today. I try to get out and walk every day, spend time with the wife. Like I said, this week's been just weird. So we've been just like having these late night conversations where it's just like, I think we've talked this situation to death. I'm gonna go do a stream and like, go listen to chat. They have more to say than me. Chat is so damn smart. I mean, they're
Chat
on
is
top
smart.
of all
They
this
have
stuff.
a lot of good things to say. A lot of good things to say. It's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, I've spent the past, I don't know, what, couple of years doing this. I don't remember whenever I started. Everyone's just like they like have it marked on their calendars, celebrate, however long I've been doing the YouTube. I was like, I don't know. I guess the beginning of the year, whenever I actually really started. I mean, I did like a few streams before then. They were horrible. Like if you go watch my first streams, it was just like, this guy's completely clueless. He's not going to do well. So
Oh
bad.
God, I don't even. I wonder. I think my first live stream. No, it must have been about the family court stuff. That was probably my first live stream when I was doing more of the family court things with that idiot, that McVile guy.
PP,
Yeah, that was, and then my first really good live stream though would have been the Johnny Depp stream, Johnny Depp trial. That's when I started getting into the groove, The family court stuff didn't go so well because I had a co-host who was, boring and stupid. So you can't have a boring and stupid person bouncing off of you.
No.
You can't carry a guy like that forever.
You gotta have a little bit of humor and fun and all this kind of stuff. I missed your super chat. Paul, how did I miss your super chat? I thought I had your super chat. What? No, I don't know what I missed. Now see, you got me worried. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that, Paul. Paul says
I don't have one of those yet.
That's good.
Look, I'm still walking on my own on a treadmill for almost 3 miles a day. 2 to 3 miles a day. I'm also still going to the laundromat, which is, I'm getting tired of it. I really liked it at first. Now I'm tired of it. I need to go find a washing machine. But now Mr. Fox is out of town. So I can't get a washing machine
so
because they
what is
can't deliver it when he's not here.
Let me ask you, what is wrong with the washing machine? What's it doing or not doing?
It needs a new computer board, and I'm not doing this anymore. I'm fucking done.
Okay.
I'm getting an old washing machine that has no computers, just a transmission, like a real engine.
No, you just turn
the knob.
And
it works. And if it doesn't work, my husband, who can build engines, can get in there and fix it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a computer generated washing machine ever again. I'm going to get to the used store to get a $250 Kenmore from 1995 that uses all the water and cleans the clothes. Those front loaders, I've had front loaders now for about the last 10 years. And I will tell you something, they freaking suck. There is nothing good about a front loader washing machine that's not industrial. You go to the laundromat, they have the front loaders there. They rock. They're like, I don't know what they do. I don't know. They're all stainless. They don't have any plastic parts, and they wash your clothes. But these things that they're selling you for $1,000 are absolute garbage.
You know how to tell if somebody uses a front loading washing machine. They smell.
Right. The clothes stink. And you can't, and this is the problem. Everyone's like, well, you have to leave the door open. I do leave the door open. It doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. Let me tell you something. I bleach that thing. I have put it through cleaning cycles. It doesn't matter. Here's what I found out from the guy that I talked to, the Speed Queen guy, who was like, you got to buy a Speed Queen because it's the only thing to buy. Or you go back in time and get one from the 90s that uses all the water. What he told me was the new washers don't use enough water to actually rinse out the dirty detergent and dirt from your clothes.
Right.
So it builds up, and then it stinks. And my clothes have never smelled so clean than since I've been going to the laundromat. And so that's why I was like, after the first time I was there, I was like, screw this. I'm just going to go to the laundromat. My clothes smell amazing. And I don't have any of that sour laundry smell.
Yeah.
Ugh. But I'm getting a top loader.
My wife uses
used
dryer
machine.
balls.
Dryer balls?
Yes.
Well, you know I'm team balls. You know that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Team team balls.
So the dryer balls are like, they're like these
The
felt
wool thing? I have those. They're wool. They're made out of wool.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And she throws those things in the dryer. Man, that helps dry those clothes. The only thing that sucks is like the sheets, because, then she's just like, oh, let's put the sheets on. Can you help me? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll help her put the sheets on. I swear to God, every single time I grab a hold of that thing and I'm shaking it out and I hit her in the head with one of those just like hits
one
her.
of the
She's
balls.
like,
Yeah. I have those, but they don't do anything for the smell. They just help with the fluffing of the laundry. They keep it fluffy, and they also take care of the static. Oh, I don't know. It's a whole thing. And I already know where I'm going to go to get a washing machine. I have one picked out. I just don't have I can't go because my husband's out of town. He has
you
to
could
pull
go to
out
one of those outlet stores.
Yeah, it's like a used place, right? Yeah, I called the guy. I called him. He has a bunch of them. I just got to drive out there and get it. But I can't do it till Mr. Fox is back. He's visiting family right now. So then he has a trip to Chicago, and I think he's going to a Bulls game, and he's doing all sorts of things with his siblings. So I have to wait till he comes back, and then I will go get one, and he can pull out the old one and do what he does.
So is he gone right now?
Yeah, which is why I'm streaming right now, which is why I can stream, because he's not here going to sleep.
You should have told him, dude, here's what you do. You need to pull that thing out of the way and then say, I'm going to drive my Toyota down there or Honda or, whatever, like the four-door car, I'm going to load that thing up in the trunk, and I guarantee you that thing gets there the next day. He's just like, no, honey, I will get it taken care of for. That's how you do it.
I know. I have to wait till he's back in town because he has to rearrange our entire bathroom to make it fit. So, and I can't do that. He has to pull his closet out, and he has all kinds of shit he has to do. But we are getting a new garage right now. We have construction going all day long in my yard. It's crazy. There's machines and diggers, and there's retaining walls being built. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, that always is exciting. My brother-in-law is having a covered place out in his place being put on. He's going to have a grill out there and some seating and fireplace and all this kind of stuff. So it's like a big undertaking. And then he had these kind of doors that open and then they fold up on each other.
That's nice.
And they came in, and of course they've got a general contractor, and then they have like their workers. Well, these idiots, they installed the frame backwards. And so they cut about that much out of their floor that didn't need to be cut out. And then they were just like, oops. And then they said, oh, we'll just put a board in there.
Oh no.
And he was like, oh, hell no. No.
You find my floor.
You're putting tile in there. You're not doing that. Yeah. So that was a big ordeal. And then, of course, they had a whole bunch of rain. And this was like at the beginning of like winter where it was starting. We got all that rain, and Florida got cold and wet and a bunch of rain. And they never tarped because they had to cut into the house to build the porch off of it. And they didn't tarp it properly, and there was water flowing out of the sheetrock into their kitchen, and it was such a mess. And they were just like, oh God, this is so horrible. Ah,
Well, I feel like the chat says that my problem is I need to use half the soap in the front loader. That's not an option with the computerized ones. It actually doles out your soap for you. That was the one I had where you just push go and it does the soap and everything for you, which I don't think I like. I thought I liked it in the beginning, but now I
mm,
don't because I don't know how much
no.
it was using. And if you don't know how much soap your machine is using, how are you cleaning your clothes? And I'm telling you, they weren't getting clean. It was a
One,
GE,
it's
very expensive, over $1,000.
oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my wife and I, we did we bring the I'm trying no, I think we got new laundry for this one whenever we moved here. Because our old place, I built some pedestals for the washer and dryer, and then they put drawers underneath it and stuff, which made my wife happy. You know, she was like, "Oh, excites me." I was like, "Cool, hooray!" And we had a tankless hot water heater put in at the old place,
Nice.
and this was like a little bitty, tiny house. I mean, we're talking like 1,500 square feet. It was so
I've been
small.
married 24 years and we have never had a
Congratulations!
garage. Never.
Really,
Really.
really.
We lived in Chicago in a 2-flat, which of course did not have a garage. It just has alley parking. Then we moved in with my parents who had a garage, but their cars were in it. So
Yeah.
we were outside and we were parking on the driveway. Then then we moved to an apartment building, which had outdoor parking. And then after that, we moved to a house, but that house had a broken down garage, which you couldn't put a car in. It was like a broken down, like barn thing.
You're gonna run it. You're gonna run into something, and I want to give you some really good advice right now. You're gonna go. I want to have some cabinets out here.
Cabinets?
You
Oh,
will
my
trust
husband's
me.
gonna do all of that, I'm
Okay.
sure.
All right. All right. If you want to have cabinets, my advice to you:
Because he's gonna have
do
a
not
workroom there. Yeah.
exactly. Do not get the flow wall. Do not.
What's a flow wall? I don't even know what this is. What is this?
Well, what it is basically it almost looks like a slatted wood, and then you have these little cabinets and shit that you hang up inside of them.
Okay.
Any company but Flowwall, because those son
Okay.
of a bitches, they did great customer service, but I did a bunch of cabinets in our garage, and I wanted to get one more cabinet because my wife was just like, I think we need one more. I was like, okay. And I went to order it and they don't offer it anymore.
Oh God.
And so if I order
That
anything, it's
sucks.
not going to match. It's not going to work with
Oh
anything that I've
no.
got in there. It's going to look like
Well,
shit. I'm just
luckily
like,
we live by the Amish. So everything's being
yeah,
built by the Amish here.
there you
We
go.
get the Mennonites. So the good news there is they just custom do everything. And then you can have them come back and fix it or add more or whatever. But we live out in the middle of nowhere. We're in
Yeah,
Western New York. Western New York is rural as rural
yeah,
can get. We might as well
exactly.
be in Appalachia. Like that's the kind of place where we live. So there are no big companies here. In fact, that's another reason why I can't have a washing machine that I can't fix because there are no washing machine repairmen who come out here. None.
Ah,
0. And
ah.
I've been through this. So once your washing machine goes, when you're out in rural America, you just have to throw it out. So I'm not
Well,
doing that anymore.
and here's something that you can do, and I've done this before. Like, I had an issue with our dishwasher. Like, and I called them up, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, it might be this, it might be that, it might be this," and I was like, you know what? So I searched what the problem was, and they were like, "Oh, it's the heating element in the bottom of it that
Yeah.
actually heats it up that was causing the problem." So I found out what the part number was. I went on Amazon and picked it up for like $8, replaced it myself, and it
Nice.
fixed the problem.
Good work.
So if you can figure out what part number it is, you can probably order the part number and it's super easy to change out. That would be what I would do.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's the computer board, and
Yeah.
unless you have to I don't know if we could even replace that, and I don't
Yeah.
even want
Yeah,
it
you
because
can.
this thing doesn't even clean the clothes. That's the other thing. So my husband's like,
What
do
would
you
you
really
do?
want to call someone to come and fix it? Because I'm like, not really. It sucks. It sucks.
That's
So
true. That's
I'm
true.
going to go
But
get
see
an
what you,
old Kenmore.
but see what you do is you get the you do a trade in on it. Say the computer, we're pretty sure the computer board's bad. I'll tell you what, I will give you my washer. You give me that old crappy one over there, and we'll just do an even swap. How's that?
Okay.
That's what
Oh,
I would
yeah.
do. I mean, I'd tell
The
them I
chat
got
says
this.
I'm describing living outside of a burg. Yeah, a suburb. I live way
No.
outside of a suburb now. I came,
Yeah.
it's funny, my living situation from Chicago to the suburbs of Chicago to like rural New York. Very big culture shock. I have
Yeah.
to drive in order to get to the closest store, like grocery store, Walmart, that sort of thing. It is a 25 to 30-minute drive just for
Mhm.
that. But if I want to go to the big town that has all the stores, because I only have a Walmart, 25 to 30, that's 45 minutes. It is an all-day trip. It is if I
Yeah.
want to go to a Target or go Christmas shopping, or it's an all-day thing. You're going
Yeah.
out, you're staying out, and you're not coming back until, you go out at noon, you don't come back till 7, 8
Yeah.
o'clock at night.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's bizarre. It's not like where I lived in Chicago in the suburbs. I lived in a suburb that was right next to one that was 500,000 population, a 500,000.
Yeah.
Orland Park has 500,000 people in it. Stores everywhere, strip malls everywhere. We have nothing anywhere. Like we have
Well,
zero,
I mean,
nothing.
here's where we lived before, and I live like in Atlanta proper. It's like my address is Atlanta. I mean, it is Atlanta. The the place where we lived at, we didn't have any problems. Like I could walk to the big box hardware store.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just take my car over there, load up with lumber, come back. Oh, I forgot the screws, go back, pick it up. I mean, it's some crap like that. If I forget screws now, it's a 20-minute drive there, 20-minute drive back. And that doesn't include like having to, navigate through all the idiots that are in there, buying a whole bunch of like ridiculous crap, which is usually just a bunch of ridiculous crap. Like, ooh, I'm getting some cushions for my chairs
You
that
know
are
what I
going
do love
outside.
about it though? I love the fact that when I do drive anywhere, it's on these country back roads. I don't see
Yes.
traffic ever.
No.
Ever. The traffic we get here is a combine on the road.
Yeah.
During harvest season, you're going to get stuck behind a
Mhm.
combine a couple of times. You'll get stuck behind giant farm equipment, but even that's kind of fun. It's like,
Yeah.
ooh, look at this thing, like where you don't get, there's no traffic here at all. Even Rochester, New York is such a small city. There's no traffic. Not even
Yeah.
at 5 p.m. There's no traffic. Like you go to the airport any time of the day. It takes the same amount of time. It's weird.
Mhm.
I'm coming from Chicago, where Chicago is like chock-a-block,
Yeah. It's
bumper to
a mess.
bumper. It's a
Yeah.
total mess. This is so much better. I now cannot drive in traffic anymore. I went home to Chicago to visit a friend for a funeral, and I had to drive from O'Hare Airport out to the suburbs.
Oh.
I was in hell. It was
Yeah.
anxiety. And I used to drive those roads, no problem. Every day driving into the city to go
Did
to
it
work.
feel like the roads got narrower?
Oh God. And I was in a small rental car, and I always drive a bigger car, but the rental car I was in was really tiny. And
Oh my
I mean,
God, every
I
bump.
was terrified. I was terrified. I was like, all this traffic. How did I drive like this for years and not get plowed by these people? Like people in Chicago are aggressive too, man. They're aggressive
Yeah.
drivers.
And then they moved their asses to Atlanta, where it just they have no common sense added to that, because they're doing, they have 285, and trust me, people think that that's the speed limit, and they try to reach that in rush hour traffic. There's a reason why Atlanta shut down whenever they got 2 inches of snow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they shut down everything, and they sent everyone home, and they shut down the schools.
Yeah.
So imagine taking the population of what, 15, 20 million people all
Wow.
at work, and then they say, okay, go pick up your kids all at once.
In the snow, which they never see.
in
I
the
was
snow.
in Oklahoma when they shut down Oklahoma City for an inch and a half of snow. It was my cousin's
Yeah.
wedding, and they shut down almost all the roads. So they do this weird thing in Oklahoma when they get snow, and it was this much, like literally this much snow.
Yeah.
They do this weird thing. So the streets are on a grid, right? It's like a grid. It's a square.
Mm-hmm.
And they shut down the north-south roads, every other road, and then the east-west roads, every other road they shut down. So they were only plowing these certain roads that you had to go down. And I'm like, who can't drive on an inch of snow? Who are these people that, your tires work in the snow, right? Like you can drive on it. And
Yeah,
they
but
don't
most of
just
those tires would be
salt.
bald.
They put down sand.
Yeah.
And sand doesn't do shit for snow. I don't know if it just turns it into mud. Have you ever driven on sand on snow?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever get your car stuck in some sand, the best thing to do is let the air about halfway out of your tires. Then you get more surface area and you can actually drive across sand. It won't. Well, you don't try to get stuck, but if you're going to be like driving on one of those fluffy beaches, because you have like hard packed beaches and then you got like Panama City Beach, Florida, which is like got the fluffy sand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those things suck because they'll mess up your legs like really bad. You'll run in those things, and next thing you know, you'll be like, man, why do I hurt so much? As compared to like the hard packed beaches, I prefer hard packed beaches.
Speaking of hurting, if I don't go lay on a heating pad soon, I'm gonna have a problem with my neck. So I'm gonna have to go soon.
It is 2 hours anyway. I've got to get running also. I've got a stream to do here in about, I don't know, a few hours. And of course, my wife is going out of town tomorrow for a couple of days. So I will jump out of here with you. And if you've got a minute, I want to chat with you just for like
sure.
5-10 minutes. Paul Harding, I am from Alberta. I've never had a snow day ever. Well, welcome from Alberta, Paul, because I have had so many snow days that I wish I could get more of them. But I don't want to, as long as I don't have to deal with snow, I'm good. As long as I don't deal with snow, I'm good. Everybody have a wonderful night.
Good
will
night,
see
everybody.
you guys in the morning. And we'll be sending everyone over to go see the lovely Megan. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you soon.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen, caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny, so grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm so
sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. Like count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, you're a mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's bitch, and will see me tomorrow. Same obsession, same effing thing.
Give some love to Camelot.